Well, now at 6, are you ready for the race? And I stand corrected. It is, if Super Bowl weekend and Art Basel had a baby, it is Formula One weekend in Miami.
Yeah, maybe. I would say CBS 4's Keith Jones is live in Miami Gardens this morning with more on the race and just a beautiful sunrise. Keith.
I don't know why that strikes me as funny, but it does. And then it makes me think, how many OBGYNs would that take? Never mind, don't answer that. All right, we all know this is a huge weekend right here in Miami Gardens with Formula One racing, but perhaps if you're from out of town and you didn't know that F1 racing was taking place this weekend, perhaps you were tipped off by all those massive digital billboards talking about closures, delays, detours, parking. Well, on my way in today, I counted 10 to 11 of those billboards. Maybe there were more because I'm not the most observant guy, but nevertheless, 10 to 11 of those digital billboards on my way into the stadium. All right, let's talk about the race, shall we? Miami Gardens, well, it is going to be the 11th different Formula One venue in the U.S., also for the first time here. It's F1 history, in F1 history racing here. It's going to be hosted in a predominantly African-American community. All right, let's go to the track, shall we? It's officially called the Miami International Autodrome. It's a 5.41 kilometer or 3.363 miles. It goes all across the stadium, parking lots and other areas of Hard Rock Stadium. This race is going to be 57 laps for just over 308 kilometers, which is roughly 191 miles. There are 37,000 feet of concrete barriers that line this 19-turn track. Now, if you live in Miami Gardens or around Hard Rock Stadium, listen up here. The race is on Sunday, but there's plenty of action going on starting today. There are two practices today. One's going to be at 2:30, the other at 5:30. There's a third practice set for Saturday at 1 o'clock, and then qualifying is also at Saturday at 4 o'clock. Finally, the Miami Grand Prix is set for around 3:30 Sunday afternoon. All that means, yes, get ready for more closures. Take a look here. We got you covered. Exit 2 is going to be closed again today, this time from 9:30 this morning to 9:30 in the evening. Northwest 199th Street from Northwest 14th Court to 27th Avenue. All lanes are going to be closed in both directions for about 3 hours from 6 to 9 tonight. And Northwest 27th Avenue, all northbound lanes will be closed from 191st Street to 203rd Street, also from 6 to 9. It's going to be a similar situation tomorrow as well. The closures will be the same as today. However, they could get started a little bit earlier in the day. And because of this, folks who live here in Miami Gardens, they are certainly apprehensive.
I can see why the people protested a few years ago from this race coming into the city. It's really hard to just get from point A to point B.
There's so many vehicles here that does it make a difference? Not at all.
That last gentleman you heard there was talking about traffic enforcement. He says, yeah, it's all over the place here, but it doesn't make a hoot of a difference. Did speak with one lady. She said that, well, she'll take all this traffic because of all the money that's going to be poured into Miami Gardens. All the businesses around Hard Rock Stadium are going to do gangbusters this weekend, so she'll take the good with the bad, and her glass is half full. Mine's half full of a milk stout. Wait, this is the Grand Prix. It's Formula One. It's kind of hoity-toity, so my flute is half full of champagne. Along for the ride is Miffy and Buff. I don't know who Miffy and Buff are, but they won't leave me alone.
I'm sure
anyway, that's the latest
people
here at the stadium. Let's go back to the studio.
You'll have your fine Italian
I just use them for the car
champagne.
service.
Yeah.
You took us out with that OBGYN
Oh
joke
my
at
goodness.
the top.
Keith is having a great time with this. I love it.
So we know that Formula One racing is really expensive sport, and that trickles down to ticket prices, which we spoke about the last hour. Any idea how Miami Grand Prix stacks up to other Grand Prix prices around the world, you might say?
Yeah, these Grand Prix take place all across the world. The most expensive I could find, the most expensive on the tour is in Monaco, Monte Carlo Grand Prix. Of course, Monaco is one of the, if not the most expensive place to live in the entire world. The average ticket price there, $700. Right behind that, Miami Grand Prix, $640 for the average ticket price. And this is the inaugural year, guys, so you can only expect that ticket price to go up if it does really well this year. By the way, the most expensive ticket, we talked about this last hour, that I could find yesterday was about $14,000. It's still, that's the highest price I was able to find today. You can get 2 3-day passes. It's general admission. It's a $500 grounds pass is what they call it, but that's for 2 people. It's for all 3 days. They get you into different areas. But you don't have a seat. You know where you got to watch it? Inside Hard Rock Stadium, sitting in the bleachers, watching it on a Jumbotron, which to me kind of defeats the purpose, right?
It does.
No.
You're sitting there in 90-degree weather watching it on a Jumbotron. I'd rather be at home watching it on TV and air conditioning.
All right, Keith, I got to run. Thank you so much.